Yeah.
That's audible.
Perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. So let's welcome the IAS Topper 2019 batch. The result was in 2019, and the batch is called 2020 batch. So it is always like that. When you get the result that year, the list is of that particular year, but next year you get into the academy, Lavasna. And she's a very fine lady officer, and she has gone through several odds, as I have known, and I am privy to that. But I will not talk about that today. I will be talking about the successes of Neha. And Neha is so humble and down to earth that she was going through my YouTube videos yesterday, and she messaged me and called me. And I was in class, I could not pick up, but she told me, and she was readily, like, on the this short notice, she was very readily happy to actually meet you guys and train you and let you ask questions and all. So 3-4 years back on IS Baba platform, I met her, and she was writing answers there and struggling with their initial journey. And at that point of time, she was having that fortitude to actually crack this exam. And in one go itself, she cracked that. She was not even at that time the 21 years, the age where the entry is possible when you can apply. And fortunately, she is already MBBS, right? She's a good doctor also. She topped in that state, I guess, that the medical exam itself, entrance exam. And after that, she made into the this coveted exam. And as I see from her personality, that as Buddha says, that when you are ready, the teacher appears. So whatever guidance, whatever thing she has taken from me or anybody else, I'm a very, a small contributor to her journey, and she can talk it more about it if she wishes to do. But I thank her from my bottom of heart that she made into, because she was needing it like anything. She was needing it like anything, and she actually perfected herself so much that the teacher or the guru appeared for her always. And now she's happily married also, so congratulations for that. And she's very, very like humble personality, down to earth personality. So congratulations, Neha, and thank you very much from all of the team members and our students also, that you are participating here. And it's very humble. I'm very humble to announce that she's like readily happy to on this like occasion to address you all. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Actually, it is my pleasure also to interact with the young and bright minds. Once you get into bureaucracy, and I think the stuff gets a little bit on the hierarchy side, stuff shifts. So it is always good to have an interaction with the young and receptive minds, which can easily capture new ideas and implement on them. So it is my pleasure, rather than saying that I should be thankful to you guys.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Welcome for that. And the very first question I would ask you, Neha, like I will be asking you those questions which are very relevant to the mindset of, I always talk about the aspirant's mindset. And I'm like working on the minds of the pupil also, because this is a long journey, and our minds shift to different poles and different dimensions. So I would first ask you that at this very age, where the diversions are so much, and you get to infatuated by so many things in the world, because your hormone rush is there, your mind is not concentrated, and so much of things, and your family pressures, and so many, you are not even able to search for which area you will be going to pursue. Then how you have chosen? So please tell me about your journey, that how you have chosen, and from where your why factor came, as we talk about the why factor, and how you were able to actually not infatuated by temporary happiness, rather you pursued the goal which can be serving the nation in the long term. So please tell me about that.
For this, I will thank my parents, because it was my father who always dreamt uh, कि उनका बच्चा IAS बन जाए, which is I guess I am the person to whom he has some aspiration कि यार if I am giving such good education to my child, she will definitely do something good in a society. And it was his dream ki I should get into civil services and start my journey. Because for any, I will specially emphasize for the women's who have joined this session कि किसी भी लेडी के लिए who is working, little bit of Hindi is fine, no?
No, actually, if you will be,
Okay, some people from,
asking, everybody is asking, like connected from South India also. So please,
okay, okay, okay.
yeah,
Actually, for any women in India, it is very much essential to have some social status along with financial independence in our society.
right,
And civil services is such a good platform. Means I will always advise for any women to get into civil services, because this is a service which can guarantee you your entire smooth journey in your professional career without any kind of hindrances, any kind of glass ceiling. You will always get an opportunity, ample of opportunities you will get in the civil services, and you will get that social status recognition, and voice your voice will be recognized by the society. Whatever you say, your ideas will be listened and will be taken note of by the members in the society. Actually, for me, I was having a stint of biology, hence I had chosen to go for MBBS.
right,
And my career was going good in that sector also. I was having distinction in medical college. I was a good student there. But there was some factor that, yes, I'm not meant to be here in this sector. For me, the kind of knowledge, the areas which civil services provide, that you get to learn from polity, economics, you get to learn history, geography, and whatnot. It is said that everything under the sun is covered by the civil services. And once you are out of this journey, no one can beat you in your knowledge.
sure,
So that was a thing which really inspired me. Apart from all the struggles I had faced during my preparation phase, then those became secondary. That once you get that stint, or once you have that kind of passion that कि नहीं, I have to do this and I will do this, anyhow you will get, as you said, that guru will appear in front of you and you will get your path, direction, whatever you can say to it, but it will happen. Once you want to try it, it will happen. It is only up to you whether you want to give it a try, your full try, 100%. It will happen.
surely, surely, surely. So if you are giving your 100%, if you have chosen the path for yourself, the teacher will be appearing. The first thing. The second thing is, it is always the choices you have to take. As the Neha is saying, that you have to take the choice. And if you choose it for your own betterment, especially for the lady officers and those ladies who want to empower themselves, the voice will be coming. So he's talking about the voice, the feminine voice we need to actually see in the power corridors. And as we see that there are so much of your negative vibes also in the bureaucracy. It is not always about rosy picture and hunky-dory picture. But if the feminine voices are going there, the power side will be balanced also. And as we are seeing that there are like various officers, including Neha now, and like that developmental pattern will be little bit, as the Carol Gilligan says. I was talking to the guys who were writing mains, and Carol Gilligan is like feminist thinker. She was talking about care economics, right? So care economics is not only about that you are doing the household chores. If you are doing the household chores with that effectiveness, and if you go into the power corridors and do what the Carol Gilligan says, that you emphasize on care economy, you can actually change India, because the children need you, the ladies need you, the older need you, so the people are hungry for your services, right? And those services are not only given by you, you are privileged to actually give them. As a lady officer or as a male folk also, you will be having that care side of your feminine side, right? So that will be in the service of nation. Okay, so the next question per se I would be asking you, Neha, is that, like, how to choose the optional is always a choice between, choices. Different choices are there. There are like some people will be telling somebody that choose this optional, choose that optional. And people, even they will be going through the newspapers and the normal stuff for GS, they will be having problems. So what are the aspect you would be suggesting for choosing the office, like particularly the optionals in this like journey particularly?
Actually, there are mainly three aspects. First is in which subject you really have interest. The second thing, which subject is giving you score. There are always trends that if anthro is giving 300 plus, whether socio is giving 300 plus. Now this year, even the Hindi literature side, Kannada literature or Hindi literature is giving 300 plus. And I guess this year history and geography also performed well.
Yeah, yeah.
So it always depends on a trend analysis. Second thing is but it's not just trend analysis. You really have any kind of affiliation to that subject, whether you have done that degree course in that subject, or you have a genuine interest in say philosophy. You have genuine interest, you can score 300 plus in that subject also. It
Right.
doesn't matter whether it's your graduation subject or not. You have to develop at least a degree level understanding in that subject. So you should be ready to devote yourself for around I will say a year completely for your optional, and then you can see the results.
Right, right. So it is about like how you actually are well placed beforehand only. Before the storm actually damages you, you damage that. You will be ready to actually, enlighten the fort of UPSC. And optional is obviously the 500 marks is there. So you must be ready beforehand only. You cannot actually try it after the prelims because you have to choose it also and fill in the forms also. So please be aware about that. And Neha ma'am will be always ready to actually give assistance to that. If anybody wants to ask something, you can take numbers also and ask her. Yeah, and she will be definitely assisting after her like training, and if she is getting time for that particularly, and you will be doing good at that point of time. So one more question that is like prominent question. I'm not going, chronologically or something like that, but I'm asking those questions which I can see in my classes that people are little bit confused about, or they are not able to search means for that, and they are not getting the answers. So you will be well placed to actually answer that. That this is a long journey, Neha, from starting to choosing the subjects, and then knowing the syllabus even will
Even
be taking
choosing the
time.
pen, even choosing the pen,
Even
the
choosing the
smallest
pen.
thing.
Right, right. So smaller things, minute details are also very necessary because this is a higher order exam. People are like, aiming for this exam like anything. 5 lakh people will be there, and most of them will be sitting nowadays. And the seats are again less and less, So you have to fight your odds also, and you have to actually channelize the SWOT, as I tell, the strength, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats you have to actually maintain. You have to lessen your threats. You have to increase your strength. You have to decrease your weaknesses, and you have to see the opportunities where you are well placed. So in this long journey, how to go about it, like when to start the prelims, when to start the mains, when to start the optional, as you told that whole year optional preparation should be there, and you should be actually starting with optional also along with your GS things. So how to actually go about it? And there is like one mirage called now CSAT. People are chasing that like anything. But as I know that you are getting like very good score, 120 plus around in CSAT. So that is a brilliant side of you, that you are even from the medicine bio, then also you are doing very great at LR, logical reasoning and all those things. So can you get on that part, that how to go about it very chronologically, how to go about all the phases of 1.5 year or 1 year per se?
The very first thing is definitely it's a very long journey. It is not just 1.5 year. Actually, 1.5 year is the exam year only, from
Right,
June till the next June. And
right, right,
apart from it, you have to put 1 year beforehand. So
right,
the journey becomes of around 2.5 years for
right,
one attempt, first
right,
attempt.
right, right,
So it is a very long and tedious journey, and definitely you will make mistakes. Don't ever expect your in your first go only you will do the brilliant answer writing or very good guidance you will get. You will do mistakes and just learn from your mistakes. Whenever I had started, and I still remember that I used to search for the strategies of toppers. And in one of the interview, Tina Davi ma'am has said that first thing you all must do is have a copy of syllabus and write down the syllabus at least twice or thrice, unless you get that syllabus on your fingertips.
Right.
And this is the first thing all must do, because without doing or without knowing the syllabus on your fingertips, you're not going to understand which part of the newspaper is important for you, which part of anything that is available on the internet or in your coaching material is important for you. So the very first thing is the syllabus, because syllabus is your boundary line.
Right.
You don't have to cross it, you just have to remain in that boundary line. The second thing is previous year questions. You all must see what the UPSC is asking, what is the trend going on, whether it is asking from static side, whether it is asking from current affairs side. You must have a look every time you give your test or see your results or see your answer copies. Also have a look at previous year questions. And the third thing, everyone must be confused about coaching. What kind of coaching one must have, what kind of guidance one must have. For me, I was also blank like any first attempter, and I was just writing some question answers from inside IAS or IAS Baba, 4 5 questions a day, and that's how I started. Then I joined some online foundation course, and I did all my preparation online by sitting at the comfort of my home. And I guess that was the best decision I had, rather than going to Delhi and wasting your time and money. So this is how you have to proceed in your journey, step by step. You have to understand the game of prelims. You have to understand the game of mains. What number games are there? As you said that 5 lakh people appear for the exam and only 10,000 are selected for the mains. So prelims is a thing which can make you in or make you out.
Right.
So for that also you have to give dedicative 6 months if you are attempting it for the first attempt. Or for a second attempt, you can give 3 months dedicative to prelims,
Yeah.
solving all the test series, and not only solving, analyzing them and revising them.
Yeah.
Uh, any topper you will see that he or she must have solved around 70 to 80 question papers before attempting prelims paper. So
Right.
this is the key for prelims. Nothing else. You have to do all the current affairs, your basic books, and then 70 to 80 test papers of prelims. Analyzing them and revising them is the key.
Right.
Nothing else for prelims. For mains, uh, for mains, the game is a bit different, because you have to take care of around 7 core papers and 2 language papers, like altogether 9 papers.
9 papers.
And for this, you will get a very less time after prelims. You will get just 3 months, and it is very hard to manage all these subjects in just 3 months. So you have to prepare 1 year beforehand before prelims. And for this, I guess strategy should be whatever you are reading in a newspaper, the unique examples you have to quote in your essays, ethics, you have to collect them, compile them. You have to do monthly current affairs. You have to revise them again before mains, and then you have to attempt all the test series also very seriously. Answer copy analysis is also there, and there are many things, and the best thing to do all these things is the time management. You must maintain one diary or something like a chart in front of you, in front of your table, and you should always tick all your targets, whether you are achieving your daily targets, weekly targets, monthly targets, whatever you decide for it. Just say, I used to say that I will solve 2 prelims test papers today, and then I used to tick mark that I have completed it, and I used to go to the sleep. For mains also, I used to have some plans that I will complete some mains 365 material or classes today, and then I will revise some all the history portion in single day. But
Right.
that will happen gradually. That will happen before the exam. First of all, you have to get started with it. Like you have to do so many things, from modern history, post independence history, world history, and ancient history, medieval history. So where are you going to do all these things? What are your sources? You have to limit your sources also.
Right.
Limit your sources and revise them. Try
Right.
to do answer writing practice, at least 5 answers in a time. It's not just answer writing without time management. You have to manage your time. Okay, I have to solve one question in 5 minutes or 7 minutes. Start with 10 minutes. Take your own time. It's
Right.
not that everyone is going to excel in first go, that you will be able to complete 20 questions. Don't worry. Many times I used to get in prelims test series, honestly saying, I used to get 30 or 35 marks out of 200, but that doesn't stop me.
Right.
I used to analyze why I had got 30, 35 marks. So where are my mistakes? How I can do. There are many tricks for prelims also. How you can eliminate the options. So you have to go by all the ways, learn the tricks, and slowly, slowly in the final exam, you will give the result. You will improve. You just
Sure.
have to trust yourself and do your work.
Right. Right. So see, the one aspect I would like to see in my student is that, see, she is not only humble, she is not only grounded, still after becoming IAS officer in that category, but she is like also like very honest about her approach. Like she's talking about those faults and follies also. Like she was getting 30 marks, 35 marks, and then improving upon it. Not getting bogged down by that, like, see, I'm getting this much only or that much only, or I should be like brilliant, for what? So my next question would be, Neha, that the same thinking at this level only, how to rationalize this thing that people will be thinking that this exam is meant for 3 attempts, 4 attempts, 5 attempts, 6 attempts, and UPSC is giving at least 6 attempts for general candidate. So exam is so tough. So people rationalize like that. If attempt is there, 6 attempts we have to take. So how much it was, easy or hard for you, and what was your mindset, and what was the driving force behind that, that you were thinking that I will crack in the one attempt itself? So is that a miracle, or is it like anybody can actually, if they are well placed, they can actually, and with the good guidance, they can actually crack in the one go also. So please talk about that. Yeah,
I'm audible.
yeah, yeah, sure.
Okay. To crack it in the first attempt is possible for anyone who is putting efforts till his 100%. Uh, Even if you are less than 1% or 2%, you are not going to make it. And if you think you are not going to make it, definitely you are not going to make it. So it's about all about mindset that yes, I am doing it, I am giving my 100%, so I am going to make it. And you have to build your mindset day by day. From the starting only, I had put my all the wallpapers on the mobile, also on any devices, laptop also, of the Labasana Academy, and I have built my mindset in that way that whenever I used to see the syllabus, also I had written some quotes from Buddha, and it's that nobody else is going to do this for you. It's you only who is going to do this for yourself. So
Right,
always remember these lines and work on it. Now, regarding the myth that UPSC is meant for people who are preparing like 5 year plan, that I will give 5 attempts and then I will get selected. No, it is not like that. It is just because every year UPSC is jumping on a new trend. If
right,
you see the previous year questions from 2013 till 2022, every year the question paper is different. It is
right,
people will say that it is becoming difficult. No, it is not becoming difficult. UPSC is the exam which is trying to equalize all the older attempters and newcomers, because for older attempters they know all the static portion thoroughly, they can write the answers, but for newcomers it is hard because they know only few facts.
right,
But the UPSC always acts as an equalizer. It will always ask questions which will uh, always be answered by those people who can think at that time.
Right.
Only in those 3 hours, you have to structure your answer. You have to think about it, how to go for the answer writing for these kind of questions. Because as I remember in 2019, the GS3 question paper was like each question was like one paragraph. You will
Right.
require 2 minutes to read it and understand what actually the UPSC is asking from you, and then you have to do the answer writing in the remaining 5 minutes, because you will get hardly 7 to 10 minutes for each question.
Right.
So that's the challenge UPSC is always putting on a newcomers and new brains, and it is giving some equalization footing for all the attempters. So yes, in the first attempt you can crack it. Always have this habit that if you are attempting any new question, trust me, you can write answer to any new question which you haven't read somewhere, or
Right.
have no idea, you are clueless regarding it. Then also you can write a good answer to such questions, because it is always about destructuring or decodifying what the question really wants from you, whether it wants a certain definition, whether it wants some pros and cons, and what kind of material it is asking from you. Once you understand this pattern, and it will be understood once you attempt some test series very seriously. So if you do this, you are going to get through. And the CSAT part, that answer was remaining. For
Right.
CSAT, I will say I was a scholarship holder and NTSC, MTSC rank holder also in my school days. So my MAT, that is mental ability portion, was very strong. So for me, CSAT was not an issue. But for those uh, who are failing in CSAT in last 2 3 years, the main portion on which they have to work is they have to increase their maths and mental ability aptitude solving questions by going through some basic books which are meant for 7th 8th standards. That
Right.
if you solve just NTSC book also for math syllabus, you will get some tricks and ideas, or rather you can solve some test series on Insight or somewhere. At least solve 5 papers before going to prelims. You
Right.
will get to know all the tricks and how to solve such questions.
Right. Great. 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 You have taken those questions which was left also. And particularly what she is emphasizing upon is, as I can get, and I like retranslate it to you, retransmit it to you, and emphasize it again and again, is that it is about your mindset. And being anywhere in the world, you can crack this exam. And if you are well placed by yourself, you are a thinking creature. Like our universities and all education system is not actually working that much. Maybe most of them, some of them only are working on that particular part, like mind setup. Your mind setup should be according to the demand of the examination. Then in one go, you can crack also, and you can be confident beforehand only. Okay. Then the last question from my side, Neha, would be that there are like several professionals over here who could not actually even prepare in the daytime also, because there will be schedule will be very jam packed, and they will be like frustrated because I'm being transmitted to those thinking which are like for professionals, they are like they will be telling me, sir, that this time management is very hard for me. So as you were like MBBS candidate, and as I know, because one of my brother is also doctor, so I was going through that thing, like doctors will be too much into their work and those practical things and classes and all those things, and even after at the job also they will be having balancing problem. So how to balance the job or any other thing along with the study, and can we balance that in any effective way? Is there any method for that? So please focus upon that.
Definitely, you can balance it. The only thing you have to take care is, as I said, is the time management. Every day you have to keep targets in your diary, or place some chart in front of your table and just see whether you are completing those targets. For me, my schedule was like from 9 to 5. I used to go to the college and attend the hospital trainings. So for me also it was a bit difficult, but I used to manage the time that I am an early riser person. I used to wake up at 5:30. So after waking up, I used to do some heavy heavy task, like if I have to remember some history facts or something, I used to do that, that subject analysis and going deeper into the studies, I used to do that. And also the test solving or test writing part also I used to do in the morning. Once I'm done with it, I used to travel, and it was around 1 hour journey from my house to till the college. So in that travel also I used to go through the news analysis of that day. And it was and actually this is the time utilization which will fetch you more number of marks in the real exam, because this exam is always about time management. In 3 hours you have to complete 20 questions in a very good manner, so you must be a good time manager. And in the evening I used to attend some 3 hours classes, from whether it's a foundation class or whether it's for optional or anything like monthly compilation or PT 365. I used to attend all those classes in the evening in some light tone. So this was my schedule, and before exam I used to give uh, more than 10 hours uh, or 15 hours in just solving the test and analyzing them and revising them. So before exam for 1 month or 2 month, my schedule was fully packed with the revision and test series. Only these two things, nothing else.
Right. So it is all about time management. After your mindset, manage your time. Manage your mind, manage your time. That is the theme Neha has actually shared about. Thank you very much, Neha. And now I will be opening up the session. And rather than asking your question, pinpointedly ask your problems, what you are facing through, what you are going through, and then ask the question regarding that, right? So it will be benefiting you more, as I am suggesting. Otherwise, you are open to ask any kind of question relating to the preparation journey. And please ask very pointed question. Everybody ask at least one question and should be happy to help you out there. Okay. So please do ask. I'm opening up the session. Anybody, please start. Open up your mic and ask, please.
Ma'am, first of all, very good evening.
Good evening.
And ma'am, I think we all enjoyed this session. Ma'am, you talked about motivation and answer writing and everything. Ma'am, we struggle with daily motivation like on a daily basis. Like we talk with sir, like we are not able to sustain our daily routine. Ma'am, what would you say about this?
Actually, for this, you have to play with your mind with small tricks. I used to have my favorite song, and I used to play it daily whenever I used to wake up. It was from the movie Mary Kom, that Ziddi song, Ziddi Dil. And one more song was there from one more movie. So always have this kind of start of the day, so that your day will start at a very good note, and at least you will make 2 3 hours in the morning in that good mode for study also or for anything, because this exam is also an exam of a calm mind.
Right.
Once you get panic, you are going to do the mistakes in your prelims also and in mains also. For prelims you and mains, you have to maintain your calm, and that calm will be maintained only if you trick your mind and you develop a habit, because motivation is also a kind of habit only. As I said, that I used to daily wake up and play that song, and I used to get into that mode that I have to study now, and this is my dream. Always you have to remember, second thing is you have to remember why you started this journey. And you don't have to make any options that if this is not possible for me, that civil services is not possible for me, I will have a plan B or plan C or anything. Always you have to think that no, for me only plan A, only civil services is the option, and I have to make it anyhow. And why I started this journey, you always have to remember whether everyone's reason is personal, and you have to go for that, you have to go behind that reason. And the second thing is, always have someone in your family as your support, whether it's your parents, it's your brother or sister, or whether it's your husband or wife. Always have them for your support, because this exam is not just an effort of one individual. It's actually always, as always said by many toppers, it's an effort of whole family or a support system, I can say.
Teamwork
If
actually.
one person in a family is supporting you dedicatively, you have to do your work at least for that individual. You always have to think on these three aspects, that always motivate yourself. And just whenever you feel sad or you feel demotivated, just go on YouTube and watch some comedy. Once you feel cheerful again, you just come back to the studies. Because I used to do this, because after 45 minutes your brain will be exhausted with the studies also. So just take some 5-10 minutes break, watch some good comedy stuff, and then come back to the studies again. Or have some tea or some drink, have a chit chat with your family, and then come back to the studies.
Right. Yeah, please, next question, please.
Thank you, ma'am.
Good evening, ma'am. And thank you for your motivational speech. And I'm having doubts regarding the mains preparation, ma'am. So, Subhash, sir have told like these three are things, mains and interview, everything is integrated. So, for the mains writing, when you started to write the mains answer writing, it's a kind of skill we have to develop that. So, how much days it took for you to get into that shape, like how to get that skill. So at the start of the thing, everyone will have some struggle in that. So how you manage, and when you get into that, so you will be one day will be getting that satisfaction, like yeah, we are doing good. So that kind of I just want to know that phase, how it started.
Actually, to have the content to write the answer is the first requirement. Once you develop that content, just go for answer writing. Don't wait for anything else. Just go for answer writing, because you are going to improve only by writing and analyzing what points are missing in your answer and what extra points are there in some ideal answer sheet provided by the institute. And then only you are going to understand or what other toppers are writing in their essays or ethics, which is fetching them marks. You have to analyze all these points, then only you are going to improve. Then you have to include examples from the newspaper, from current affairs compilation, or from your daily life also in the ethics paper, so that you can develop a good answer writing. And for me, I will say I was not satisfied with my answer writing until I wrote my last uh, test before mains, in which I got some above 100 marks in each and every paper. In each and every GS paper, I got some 105 to 110, 20 marks. Until that last test series, I was not satisfied with my answer writing, and nobody should be satisfied with their answer writing. You always have to improve with each and every test series.
Right. So start as soon as possible. That is the message, and improve upon your thing. As we do in our institute, that we are seeing on the screen only, and exposing your weaknesses as soon as possible. So as the Socrates says, the Socratic method is that Elencus method is there. So I was teaching in I guess Lingesh must be there. So I was teaching that when you expose your ignorance, your wisdom becomes more and more. So expose your ignorances on paper at least, because this exam is pen paper mode exam, right? In the objective mode, you have to solve the objective. So solve more and more objective, as the ma'am said. In the mains, you have to write. So start writing at least one question daily. Start with that as soon as possible, and expose yourself to the peer group, to the guide, and to the checker. And if I am available all the time, I told you, if you will be sending any question, I will be happy to help. So that is there. So as soon as possible, don't think much about it. Overthinking will actually ruin your day, right? Ruin your actual work. Take action as soon as possible. Okay.
Thank you,
So
ma'am.
yeah.
And always have the exposure, as said. Don't just rely upon that this exam is for the books and then pen and paper. No, you have to write daily examples from around your society, from whatever you are seeing, whether it's a movie or whether it's some inspirational story. You have to quote it in your essay. So always have a reading habit. You must read some extra academic books, whether fiction, non-fiction. You have to mention them in ethics and essay. Then only you're going to get good marks. Because I still remember I started my essay on empowerment by mentioning Nachi Mayuri story and how that lady overcome uh, her disability with the spirit. So in this way only you are going to improve. So
Yeah,
always have an open mind, watch some movies, go for book reading also in your free time, especially Saturday, Sundays.
yeah. So relaxed kind of mindset is also necessary. And as Neha is saying that, I'm reminded of that Shiv Khera quote, that toppers or winners or the successful people are not doing the different things. They do the things differently. So on paper also, on pen paper also, thinking mode also, your guard must be on always. You try to capture those essences. And as the Kautilya says, that real politic is very necessary. Real politic means the practical things are most important in the statecraft. And you are going into the statecraft. So craft your answers according to the state demand, and the practical demand is there. People will be not listening that you are having, some idealistic kind of, mindset or bent of mind. Rather become very practical in approach so that you can actually solve the problems of people also very practically. Because people will be like, see, people will be coming from any movie and creating riots. How you will be handling that? If you have not listened or watched that movie by yourself, you will be not understanding their mindset. So start doing that, like relaxed mindset. I start watching the world also. Do not like this exam is about indulgence. Administrators indulge in the real world. They are not like idealistic person cut off from the world. No, this is not the case. It was earlier bureaucracy, old bureaucracy, ICS. Lat Sahab, it was called. Like it was like my Baap Sarkar. Now it is like very like see the Neha, like she's just like a human only, right? Not the robot, not anything. She's talking very, very beautifully about her journey and like how practical approach it should be. And she was also talking about like how relaxed the people who are doing, the excellent, you are taking the excellent marks and getting good rank. They are much more relaxed than any other person who are normal person. So there will be difficulty, but relax your mind and start working on it. Whenever you work, your focus should be there, but try to capture all the essences of the world. The Navrasa Siddhant is there, Navrasa principle is there. Everything you have to have in your answer so that examiner can also taste that. Along with that chai and samosa he is getting over there in the exam hall, right? So you please do
And
that.
I always used to do one thing, that after watching the strategies of topper, I used to inculcate in my habits one by one. Because I had heard that one person was doing some jogging or running after dinner. And while doing that, he used to listen to All India Radio. And on All India Radio, these people are very nicely quoting the MES statement, Ministry of External Affairs, what it is saying about our relations with the foreign countries. They are always quoting the authentic statements, and you can have those statements in your mind directly by just walking after your dinner for 10 minutes and listening to All India Radio. So these are the habits you have to inculcate in your
Yeah,
daily routine, and automatically they will come on paper, and
surely,
these are
surely.
the things which will give you marks.
Yeah, Neha is very much right. As I told you, like some days I will be informing you that some days back I started with that habit that I will be sending them on the resource channel, the core group. I will be sending them All India Radio Spotlight analysis and all these things like president's speech and all. And like there was one very beautiful quote by Venkaiah Naidu sir, Vice President of India. So he said that agriculture is our culture. That statement, like beautiful statement it is. Agriculture is our culture. Indian culture is agriculture. So that kind of a statement is a very simple statement, but it is so effective for agriculture or the culture of India that you can write that. So obviously Neha is pointing to those practical aspects which will be actually missed by so many persons. They will be writing on this parallel, but you should be on this parallel that yeah, it is connected with your heart also, connected with the Indian art and culture and the society also. Yeah, please, next question, please.
And do watch some series on I guess Indian culture also. They are available on YouTube, whether it's also about the polity, Samvidhan Sabha like series. You must
Right,
watch
right.
and
Prime Minister
enjoy
series,
also watching these
yeah,
series.
Samvidhan series, various things are there, definitely. Yeah, please, next question, please. Please ask.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening.
Uh, Ma'am, I am from West Bengal. My living city is Shiliguri. Ma'am, my question is that uh, my regional language is Bengali. So I did my schooling from a Bengali medium school. So I am not much. Uh, I have no fluency, much fluency on English speaking. So I am confident that I can speak if I do practice regular. But sometimes I lose my confidence in front of people that I can't do that. That I somewhere I'm doing my mistakes. So for encouraging myself and for speaking fluency, so what should I do?
Okay.
That
Uh, to for
and
your surprise, my entire schooling was from Marathi, and I developed my English only after in a graduation only. During my graduation and preparation journey, I started reading the Hindu. I started reading Indian Express. Then I
Oh,
used to listen all this news analysis. As I said, no, watch some movies in English, like movies on Mahatma Gandhi, which is an Academy Award winner.
Done.
Movies on Nehru is also there. Movies on Subhash Chandra Bose, Bhagat Singh. You start watching all these things in English. You start listening to All India Radio in English, and slowly, slowly, your English will improve. And don't hesitate to use Google Translate. You will always get ample time to just read some article from the Hindu or Indian Express, and then see the translation in your mother tongue and learn and improve on your English and vocabulary. In this way only my English got improved in 1 year, and I could give this exam and successfully crack this exam in English.
okay.
And don't hesitate to speak in English also in front of anyone, because we at the end of the day are Indians, and for Indians English will be always a foreign language. It is necessary because English is a medium which connects all of us from north to south or from east to west. It connects all of us, and it is necessary to learn it. But don't hesitate to speak. No one is that much fluent, or no one is born in Britain to speak in a fluent English in India at
O-
all.
Okay, ma'am. And ma'am, I am the beginner. So I started my preparation at home by self study on last year. Ma'am, I am doing my NCRT now. So I have my main problem is that how to make notes, and I know that content is very important for making notes and reading some things. But ma'am, which things should I read every day? Like r- writing
See,
process is
there are a few things which you have to do every day, like newspaper, news analysis, looking at current affairs, listening to All India Radio. These are the things you have to do them daily. This is a current part. Apart from it, you have to read monthly compilations for GS and static books from NCRT. NCRT is for basic understanding, and for prelims purposes also they are asking questions directly from NCRT, one or two. So you have to look from that angle, and once you develop that basic understanding, you have to go for some another next level books, like whether it's Spectrum or whether it's Lakshmikant for quality. Uh, so you have to go through those books once or twice. Once you are fluent in that, then you can start answer writing. And for notes making, I will suggest that only make notes which are unique, which are not available anywhere. Otherwise, like some unique example from the news you are listening to, or from the news you are reading. Always pick up the new points, but this you will be able to do only if you know the syllabus thoroughly. As I said, always have the syllabus in front of you. Always have the syllabus on your fingertips. So first practice with the syllabus, then go for reading, and then for the notes making. Otherwise, as far as I remember, I haven't made any special notes. I just had some few quotes and examples for essay and ethics. Apart from it, for GS also, I used to go through the monthly compilation and static books. For optional also, I had made the notes from the books itself rather than writing them and wasting my time, because it will be like writing the same thing again. So rather than wasting time in notes making, you can give that time or devote that time in answer writing.
Right.
Okay, ma'am.
So there are many ways. See, Nandini, because you are starting and even you are not finished. She has not finished with graduation yet. She is like child only right now. She's not like 21 even like. But she's very, very passionate about that thing. I can see that. And she's like putting very basic but very important question. She's very honest about the question. So see, Nandini,
So for this,
as the ma'am said, yeah,
she
yeah,
can
ma'am.
also do one thing, that even there are books, or there are also on the websites like inside, whatever chapter she is reading from NCERT, she can solve a test on based on that topic online, so that
Right,
she can know what things are important while reading.
right.
Okay,
So
ma'am.
going back to, the question, through the questions, the reverse analysis process, you have to actually enjoy that. You have to go to the questions, previous year question also, new questions also, and then, engross into again the material so that you can actually remember it more also. You can understand that whether you are taking the good points or you are just generic point you are putting in your notes. So you can do
Okay.
like that. And notes are not always necessary. Even I was preparing, I was not making notes. Then also I was getting good marks only. So notes are not always necessary. But nowadays, in current affairs, if you have unique notes on current affairs, and it is like long process, five pointers as I teach in the institute, 5-pointer note for any topic for prelims, 5-point note for, mains, and do away with all the, crap material, what is given in the journalistic sense, or, that much of detail is not needed. So you will be picking up on that part.
Because
Yeah, please.
everything is
Yeah,
available on the internet ready-made. Even the mind maps are available on the
yeah,
internet
yeah,
on each and every topic of GS, which are already there and which are much more good than whatever notes you are going to make. So
yeah,
you
yeah.
just have to add unique points in those mind maps.
Right. Unique mindset. You will be making your mind agile and taking all those material from the markets and then adding on that. So that's what I'm also telling them, that you browse the internet, you go through all 3-4 resources, and then please make your notes from there, rather than having like, stick to only one portion or any, the not unique, so unique notes. So yeah, please ask the next question.
Uh, Ma'am, as you saying that I am saying English at this moment. So, how much I am saying this credit fully goes to Mishra sir, because uh, uh, in my home there is no environment to speak in English. So, uh, how much I say at the how much I got the environment. So I get the environment at 8:30 p.m. to 10:30 p.m.
Thank you
only
very much.
at the class of Mishra sir. So this credit goes to Mishra sir.
No, I'm humbled. I'm humbled. She's actually coming from Darjeeling and very remote area. And I was seeing that if I can help these kids there at their home step only, so coming with the services at the doorstep, like Delhi government is doing. So I am doing it from, several places in India. I'm delivering directly to their heart, actually. So I'm putting my heart and soul into it.
Uh,
Thank you very
Ma'am,
much. Yeah.
today, this year, only one student from my Darjeeling has cracked UPSC ranked 50. Avijit Ray. He is the first student who cracked UPSC from the Darjeeling sector.
You will be the next one, lady officer from
And
there.
yes, I wish she will be the next women candidate or the first
Oh,
women candidate from Darjeeling to crack
oh,
this exam.
thank you, ma'am.
You mark for others, not only see the others path. You make your own path also, break the paths, make your own paths also, as the Buddha would be saying that, make your own path, appa dipo bhava, be your own enlightenment, so that will be there definitely. Thank you very much. Yeah, next
Oh,
please, next person please.
okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir.
Good evening, madam.
Good evening.
For mains answer writing, we have only 3 hours and we have to write 20 questions. and we must to write fast, and in the meantime we have to recollect all the points record for the writing. And my question is, ma'am, how you managed it, and whether you had any compilation like ready-made answer for every topic related to mains syllabus?
Okay. To answer this question, when I started, I was able to write just 7-8 answers in those 3 hours, because it is a really tough task. But you have to start somewhere. You just start, and once you start with it, uh, there are syllabus compartments. Like in GS1, from society, there are some topics like urbanization, globalization, then women empowerment, and you have to make some notes based on it. So it's not just notes making. Whatever internet source you are browsing through, you will get some pointers there. What this topic is about, what are some reports or some Supreme Court judgments regarding this topic, what are the previous questions asked on this topic, and what are the pros, cons, what is the conclusion you can write, you will get from these notes. Like I will mention some mind maps from IS Baba also. You will get help from them. And the second source is Drushti IAS. I used to follow. They have notes for each and every topic from GS side. So you can go through all these sources. You will get the pointers. Apart from it, you have to plan a structure in your mind that if this topic comes in the exam, what definition I will write, what report or judgment I will mention in the conclusion, what is the way forward I'm going to write in this answer. And third thing, if any quote you can remember by some eminent person, you can enrich your answer with it, or any kind of map, if you can draw in that particular question, it will enrich your question. So all this pre-planning is necessary, but this pre-planning will come with the time. It is not that you are writing your first test and you will have all these plans. No. Once you get the habit of writing the test, by the your 10th test, maybe you are having pre-planned structure for some topics in the GS. And anyway, UPSC is a game of unpredictability. So new questions are going to come. But as I said, you must have the skill to decodify what the question is asking you and what answer you are writing. Once you decodify the question, you divide the question in 2-3 parts and then answer them. For this, I guess by taking example of some questions and letting you guys know how to write the answer by destructuring the question itself, and how to fill those 3 pages in a very beautiful, innovative manner, this thing will help. So I will ask for the guidance that Subhash Mishra sir must guide you all people regarding this.
Surely, surely. So see,
Thank you.
the important part is it is not only about discipline, as she is emphasizing upon, is have the muscle memory with you. Muscle memory does not develop in one day. Do you think that after taking this, our toppers in, the gold medalist in Olympians or all those persons will be not sleeping even after the successes? On the day of that, celebration also, if they are awake till 4 a.m., they will be at 4:15 a.m., they will be going to the field. Why so? They don't want to miss the muscle memory. So that is called discipline. Discipline is all about habituated with that particular setup of, and it comes with mind. Mind discipline, mental discipline is much more important than the physical discipline. So in whatever condition you are, your mind should be working, right? So you should be that hard creature, and then you can actually win every odds, every question will be satisfied. So start
And
with the field.
there is
Yeah,
one more dimension which is, I guess, left in all this discussion. It is about maintaining the positivity in the negative environment, or people with the negative attitude towards you, whether they are your relatives, your friends, they will laugh at you that, oh, this person, uh, whether she will crack the exam or not, and they will laugh at your preparation also. When you say that I'm preparing for UPSC, they will laugh at your ability, and there were people around me also during my medical studies that people used to laugh, "Arey, you took medical science as an optional. It is, I heard it's very tough optional and you will not be able to do it." There were people also who used to laugh that, "Yes, I will come to you 10 years after you get into the services." And they were expecting that I will get into services by exhausting all my 6 attempts and uh, by becoming as the entry level is the assistant commissioner or assistant secretary in any service you go. So I will be there in the office after 10 years, they were expecting. But I get into service in only first attempt. So always ignore all these negative people, and these people will be there in your family also. So always try to have a support system of people who have a positive attitude towards you, towards your preparation, and believe in them, believe in your ability. Just ignore all the negatives and do your work. I will say it's not the God, but yes, there is some energy which will reward you for whatever efforts you are taking. Just believe in yourself.
Yeah. Yeah. Anybody can actually pull your leg, but some people will be there to handhold you, and you have to rely on that. It may be you yourself also sometimes. If nobody is there, you should be holding yourself up and then pulling yourself up. Even if your like legs are being pulled up at 10 different places, right? So like
And
next,
I
yeah,
will say that civil services is not the end. Rather, it's a starting of a new journey again once you are in a bureaucracy. But yes, civil services is not the end. You can do many good things in your life. So never get demotivated and depressed that if this doesn't happen, I will end my life or I will do something. No, civil services is not the end. Always have a positive mind. Okay. So as I said that civil services is not the end, because basically you start civil services preparation by thinking that you will contribute something good for the society, and you will have some social status and will have some decent amount of salary. So you can achieve that in any profession. So always have a positive mindset, because I used to motivate myself that even if civil services is I failed, even if in UPSC I failed, I will start my own restaurant and uh, will do something. But I will do something good with my life. I will serve people. I will distribute happiness whatever way I can, because I got that spirit from my father that you should always be happy and always make others happy. Always ignore all the negative people and always do good. You will be rewarded with the good.
right, right. And on the lighter note, if Neha would be like being a doctor, a restaurant, a restaurant opening the restaurant, the people will be eating very, very healthy food, right? Very healthy food they will be eating. Even if the junk they will be demanding, they'll be having only, eat right movement kind of thing. Right. Very good attitude. So next question, please do ask. Whatever question you have, whatever difficulty, please share it. It may help. It may spark or rekindle your, energies back to you. Please come forward.
Hello, ma'am. This is me, Prerna, and thank you so much for your time. So, ma'am, my question is from the very answer of your earlier question. It is about content. Ma'am, I am law graduate, and when it comes to GS thing, I'm still very doubtful on this part. If in case there is no hand holding or a support system for me, does the market material or a internet thing or the basic resources gonna help me for collecting the content for GS? Because ma'am, at this level, I'm still not able to recognize the things from where to pick the content and what is good for me. So can you please suggest on that part?
Hand holding, in a sense, you are asking for some physical teacher to be there always guiding you, or what you are asking?
Ma'am, hand holding is like suggesting me and guiding me in the direction what you should opt, and like the very basic thing I'm giving come with the example, like everyone says you have to start with the NCRT. So there is the information in the market that you have to start with the NCRT, but for the collection of content, from where I should look, and for this, what
See,
should
in
I
the
go
market,
for?
as I said, there will be many toppers strategy, and there will be hundreds of strategy. They will somebody will talk that you should read this, you should read that, you should go for some bulky book. And I have read some 300 plus books for optional. You should be able to segregate what are the myths in the market and what is the reality, and always inculcate good habits from even from topper strategy. Always have some one good habit which is I guess which you can manage on your own. Because as I said that it was very easy for me to listen to some news analysis while traveling to college. It was very easy for me, hence I picked up that habit from there. It was very handy for me to go for Indian Express rather than the Hindu, because I always felt that Indian Express had some new innovative ideas rather than the basic the Hindu material, which I can always access from other sources, from internet or from some news analysis on YouTube. So I used to always read Indian Express, and it was my personal choice. So at the end of the day, you have to decide what is comfortable for you. Whatever is there in the market, there are going to be hundreds of things, but whatever is comfortable for you, what things are giving you results, always go for the mock test, and you will get to know what things are giving you results. So in this way, you have to go by trial and error basis only. You will find your own perfect strategy. And regarding hand holding, I guess these days many teachers are there in the market which can guide you, but I will always say that don't trust anyone's strategy blindly. Always look, try, and again retry with some new methods, and find out what is working for you, what is giving you good marks, what is increasing your capacity. Always go for that.
Yeah. So see, that there is like two-way run only. Like in my class also, Neha, I will be like teaching them the very basic, like the syllabus, the interlinkages with the, the basic resources. And I will be pinpointing the resources in chapter-wise format also. And I will be like, yesterday I was talking about geography world mapping. So I was talking about this very good book for ICSE, sixth class, sixth standard ICSE book, rather than NCRT. So NCRT will be not having that user-friendly maps and all. So I was talking about them. So it is always about like big materials will be not always helping you. And obviously the hand holding will be not 24/7, as Neha was telling that 24/7 cannot not happen. But trust in your instinct also, do your own work also. It will be not always about like a spoon feeding, and it should not be like. So I will be like doing like half of the exercise, rest half of the exercise. Like I was mapping Mediterranean Sea, North, MENA region, Middle East and North Africa region. And after that, I gave some tasks to do by yourself only. So in that way, they will be inculcating the browsing habit also. They will be understanding how to map and all those things. So it is always two-way street. There should be no like one-way street that only teacher will be guiding and creating some, pattern for us. So break the pattern. UPSC is actually breaking the pattern always. Yeah, please.
And
Next
I guess
question. Yeah.
Google is in a newspaper. While reading newspaper, you get to know about SARC grouping. Go on a Wikipedia and just read 5 4 lines. What is SARC actually about? When it got established? What are the countries?
Right,
And you
right.
will mapping part also, because in the Wikipedia on the side they will mention the map also. What are the countries
Yeah,
and
the
what is
first
the
para I was telling them what. The
yes
first para
first
is
para.
the, and the sideline notes will be there, the countries and the map will be like very easy maps will be there. Yeah, yeah.
So for those who are just starting for the preparation, this is the best thing you can do. And again, after this, when you go for monthly compilation or some test series, you will again see the same name SARC there. And then you can do the deep analysis. because
Right.
you have some basic idea by just googling that word. So googling is the most important part whenever you are getting some new uh what I can say, new concept or
Yeah,
new
yeah, yeah.
any word you are finding it that you are not able to understand it. Even the economics concept, you can learn them from searching
I guess we are like having some issues with that connection.
them.
Yeah, Nia, actually the connection issues are actually occurring on your side, I guess. But no issues. No
On my
issues.
side. Okay,
Yeah.
now I am audible or
Yeah, yeah, audible only. If you can repeat, that will be great.
okay, okay. I was just saying that whatever new words or whatever new concept you are coming across in a newspaper, you just need to Google it. Whether it's some economics term that whatever forex reserve is decreasing for India, you can just search for what is the forex reserve actually, and
Right,
what which currency it is maintained and why it is maintained in dollars only. You should always search and Google it, and you
right,
will get all the answers.
right. Like Earthpedia is
And this
there.
way only you will build the foundation.
Right, right, right. Like Earthpedia will be there, Investopedia will be there. Those are good resources, I guess.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, please, next question, please.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Do ask quickly because she is also like having the whole day of training and all. Any more question? Any more question you want to ask?
No, sir.
Yeah, yeah. So thank you very much, ma'am, for coming and guiding us and giving your own original insight. That so many, like we will be seeing so many interviews and all in the internet, that will be guided by some institute and all. And I am deinstitutionalizing in real sense. I will be like handholding and I will be there for my student always. And you will be also the guiding light here. I will be also arranging some other day when you are finding, suitable for yourself and all on the weekends maybe, and do guide us more also. And thank you very much. Thank you very much from bottom of my heart. And congratulations for this grand success. And I and our team and all the student, on behalf of all the student, will be wishing you all the best for the life to come. And after the training, also your journey must be smooth only, because you have had your own kind of struggles and all. You have seen all now. Your path should be brightening India, new India. And thank you very much.
Thank you so much, and I wish success to all the candidates who are connected with me here. And I guess we will meet up again for some answer writing tips. And it's my
Surely,
pleasure always. Thank you.
surely, surely. Thank you. Thank you very much, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank
Thank you.
you, ma'am.